looks like Twitch chat agrees with me. So you know what? You can go sit in a corner and you can think about what you've done. As I was saying, yes, they did miss out on their spot last season, but it was literally down to that head-to-head. And now they're looking to rectify that mistake this season. So here we go, folks. On to map number 1. It is going to be Dust 2, the map pick of inSanitY. A map that FURIA have not looked terribly comfortable on. Can they turn the tides and bring things back into a more comfortable arrangement?
This realistically isn't a game that FURIA should be looking at and worried about. I'm playing very contrarian with my prediction. But it's one that FURIA, like, for them, they shouldn't be worrying right until they play Fluxo. That should basically be the talking point, like who's the best team coming out of South America. So I'm looking at inSanitY to give no respect. I'm looking for the experience on a lot of the different players to start flowing and to start showing. inSanitY on the T side, it's their map pick, and they're throwing a very cheeky pistol around. Unfortunately, it's already going wrong as Gabs has picked one off towards the B-bomb site, and now we head our attention towards A and towards long specifically as Lulu10s look to take contact.
You have a bit of movement down here and under as well towards the CT spawn, looking to catch a rotation, catches one, but Lulu10s, oh, what a disgusting anchor from her. 3 kills, knocks them down. Well, they lined up. All she needed to do was get that bowling ball rolling.
I mean, that is a great start. Don't really know what else you'd actually want. Speaking, I mentioned already that Cammy and Lulu10s have played together. They played on W7M with Jossie, who's now playing on Fluxo. So I looked at that team. I looked at how well they did last season, and I think they placed just one above Davina. Like, they got 3 wins in the season. I'm looking at that roster. I'm like, you've got 3 really, really good players who have all, 2 of them have gone to the best teams in the region, and one was the best player in the region at one stage. I was looking at that, I was like, how did they do so badly? But it looks like, specifically for Lulu10s, she's on fire hot form right now, especially with that pistol round. And now for inSanitY, it is just a full eco. There's no shenanigans either, just 5 Glocks.
I think given how that last round ended, that is very much to be expected. Now they've sent Izza out with the MP9 to farm up a little bit of cash for herself. The first one, oh, Gabs. Oh, the timing on the distraction is beautiful. Pins it in. There wasn't too much that inSanitY were going to be able to do there, but FURIA play a nice little bait game.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, we're getting into the meat and potatoes of things now. This is when we go on to the rifles. I haven't casted a Dust 2 in a hot second, so I'm excited. A lot of Death Ball, Counter-Strike. I feel like this map's made for Brazilian CS. Kind of in my head. Car's already got the AWP out because of those SMG kills in the previous round. So she is going to be ready to unleash hellfire, and already has taken really good control towards long. Now what she can do is just leave Lulu10s here and go back, and when contact is taken towards short, let's say, from Biziana, she can then go over and help.
FURIA have taken some very decent control early on and put a stop to any thoughts of early aggression. That means that they have been able to install Lulu10s in a good spot here. Oh, Bizina, this could be so dangerous. Oh my god, both of them taken out instantly. Car not connecting. So uncharacteristic from her, but it's well played from inSanitY. And that's the entire A bomb site free and clear for the taking. Bomb should get planted. Izza now in a position to mount a retake, but her last 2 surviving teammates are a little ways off, and she kind of needs them to rotate in, and inSanitY have installed players in such perfect spots that as soon as reinforcements attempt to make their way in, well, it's not like there's going to be too much that can be done. 1 kill to come through from Izza, and if she gets more than that, I'd be impressed.
I mean, I don't even think it matters if she gets more than 1 kill from this position, because she's like the save is very futile regardless. Like, you had 3 players potentially in a position to save their weapons. I can't remember. I think it was Lulu10s towards long. Yeah, like she couldn't really get out unless she won her duel on long. But that's a great round for inSanitY, and we were shaping up that graphic with the cast, and big part was like, you know, FURIA are great on the trades. Like, is this site and then inSanitY are going to be able to get through? inSanitY don't even allow for the trades. Like, that is such a great sequence of play where Car can't even shoot off an AWP shot, and also the second player that went for the entry completely predicts the positioning. FURIA got read like a textbook, and inSanitY, they're sitting there going, well, that was easy, and FURIA probably have no idea what just hit them.
Beautiful aggression from Izza. Really catches them completely off guard. Good for a second as well. Yes, she is being backed up by Car, but I mean, Car didn't really have anything. They're busy retrieving guns. That's a phenomenal start to the round for them. And inSanitY now, the last three players have to try to make their way up long. Potential for a backstab here. Timing's going to be a bit tight for Car to get into position, but even if she doesn't, there's still three players strong on the actual site, and there's a perfect opportunity for Izza to come around as well. inSanitY look to get corralled.
Try to see where the AKs are. There's two now currently on the A-bomb site, one with armor, as we mentioned. There's so many players here. inSanitY, there's no way they fight their way through. There's no way. Juliana just gets a triple. Just runs up and eliminates everybody. He's just sitting there and going, guys, how much work do I have to do right now in this round? Am I really going to have to get an ace? Car is coming in from long, and she does have a picked up AK. Time is ticking down, but Izza has a kit, so it's not necessarily an issue. And I mentioned she might have to go for the ace, and she's basically set up for it. Car, very windy spray at range, doesn't connect. Cammy on 7 HP. 1 versus 1, Izza taps the bomb, jumps up, and that's the ace, that's the clutch, and the hero AK does more than you could ever imagine.
That's truly an outrageous round, right? Like, taking that aggressive presence in towards mid, getting into the unders, into the lowers, getting those first couple of kills there, retrieving the AKs. Now, the only players who are on site, yes, site is heavily stacked, but it's mostly stacked up by players with USPs, and there's one AK, and somehow miracles are being made here by Izza. Car with such a labored spray, but she does so much damage, and that because Izza's already low HP, so it puts her in a position to be able to actually get that kill with far less stress on her back. Beautiful round from FURIA to just maintain that control.
She's really living up to the name there, Hero AK. Don't know how much more heroic you can get with that. Well, for inSanitY, that's a crash back down to reality. A very rough start for Car, though, all things considered. That's 2 missed opportunities with the AWP and, you know, a very lumbered spray in the previous round. So hopefully this isn't kind of foreshadowing anything to come. In the meantime, though, Izza tries to basically replicate her performance from the previous round with a flashbang from Car, but sticks around for a little bit too long after not finding that immediate contact, and I think gets legged by the AWP, or just gets tagged regardless, down to 21 HP. And now, inSanitY, with 50 seconds, have short, have mid, and are looking to wrap around this B-bomb site.
Oh, Izza again. Like, she is just outrageous with how much she gets done. 2 opening kills for her. Yes, she does eventually get traded, but she's already done so much. How much more can be done? Gabs, nice little spot on site here. Good for 1. Juliana will trade it, but at this point, there's so little space to be garnered on the site. And with only 1 player left, it's Cammy who needs an AWP. Pistols out. Tapped, not yet planted, waiting to see if somebody's cheeky enough to peek their way through. She'll find a modicum of cover to finally get that bomb down. Little bit of cash, but not much more to be done. A closer affair, but ultimately, FURIA continue to come up on top.
Yeah, realistically, if FURIA just played the buddy system like they did with Car and Lulutens, then there was no real way that Cammy could win that round. Even if she did hit the first shot, that's when the buddy system gets activated, and FURIA don't even need to activate it. They just get the kill outright. And once again, as you mentioned, Izza, she does all of this, by the way, on what, 31 HP, 21 HP, whatever it was, very low, and still is able to get 2 kills. Really nice defending on the bomb site from Gab, so those 2 players conjoining together perfectly. And this is... We're off to the races for FURIA. And inSanitY, you know, that was a pretty immaculate first gun round. And ever since then, it's been just struggles one after another.
Struggle bus is heavily laden. Not just for inSanitY, but we've just had news. HSG have lost map 3, which means they're now out of contention for Stockholm. They'll be missing their first LAN in ESL Impact. Absolute heartbreak for the ladies. Damn. You know what? I'm glad that this is a pistol round. I feel like I need a round to recover from that news.
So HSG, so there's no way, is there now?
That's as I understand it, yeah.
Heavy. Yeah. God, that roster went through very turbulent times heading into the last ESL Impact finals. Yeah. And it was a lot of question marks for me on bringing up academy players and dropping one, picking up another. Like, it was very back and forth. And then I knew they were trying to pick up 2 European players coming into the season. Evidently only picked up 1. So you're looking at that and you're, well, that wasn't part of the original plan. So what's happened there? I know they were offering support rifle and AWP, which they obviously got Anna. Real heartbreak, because you look at those names, especially GFI and especially Olga, and you look at Olga or you look at GFI and you're like, is that it? Like, is that your, like, you didn't make impact this season? If there's no wild card next time, like, is that it? Maybe. And for Olga, it's like, right, do we stay in Europe? Do we go back to Brazil? Like, I think she have her options open, but it's definitely quite rough. So that's a very tough pill to swallow.
Absolutely.
That's really uprooting your life, and then it doesn't actually work out in your favor.
Well, I mean, a perfect example example closer to home, but Bravado, Project Destiny, you know, a whole 2 from that roster actually went somewhere. So, but yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, that's HSG. I did double check. They're 1-3 now, so they are absolutely out. However, neither of these teams out just yet. That is in Org, so I'm happy as can be. I genuinely feel like I want more of that gun in as many games as humanly possible. And on Dust 2, I feel like, yeah, complemented by an AWP, absolutely.
I mean, just look at the position Gabs is in. Long range. Just like a mini AWP that you kind of just have to shoot a few more times. First time we've seen inSanitY go out long. And maybe this is the reason why, because Lulitens absolutely destroys them. This round simply is a non-starter. China tries to take... China?
We're going China.
China tries to take space with kind of the mentality of like, oh, well, we've lost players and 1 player, so we need to reclaim some advantage. And then, of course, is creasing as well in the cameras. I would be if I'm 13-3, to be honest. Bro.
She is vibing at 13 kills right now. It's actually outrageous. I know, she definitely came prepared for war. And again, I mean, we spoke about how high the stakes are for this game for FURIA. It's really important that they win it. So you can tell that they've taken that to heart and they've come a lot more prepared than they were for their previous matchup against Atrix. And to be fair, Atrix are really good on this map. Like, they didn't choose it as a kind of a wild card attempt. It was a map that they're pretty good at already. So I think FURIA, seeing this pick come through here, weren't all that scared. They've taken some time, they've refined, and they're just gonna keep mowing down.
It's not looking too great. These rounds are coming through, I mean, that's back-to-back flawless rounds. Kind of regardless of how many people are being kept alive, that's 5 in a row, while also having 3 players enter round 9 on 10k plus. Cars starting to hit her shots, and it looks like inSanitY are not going to be providing that same resistance as I maybe anticipated for now. Obviously, there's always a time to change. And Cammy has also got a long spawn with the AWP. So does Car. And, well, Car just outshines her.
Oh, the timing on that was perfect. I was expecting maybe a little bit of a wider swing from Cammy. But, nope. Kind of edges out ever so slightly. And Car's like, I'm blind. I'm going to fire, see what happens. Oh, cool. Got a kill. Love that for me. Yeah, she definitely has been showing a lot more life, you know, since those first kind of 3 or 4 rounds. Gabs has not seen much action with the AUG. inSanitY are kind of dead set on this A site. B hasn't really been going their way, despite it being a more difficult site to retake. Oh, God, Car. This is just, it's bullying at this point.
Another one. Repeak. Car, go for it. Just ego check them. But instead, she plays it right. She drops the utility, survives, allows for everybody to come in. Oh my God, Car got that kill. I don't know how she, of all players, gets that one kill. And she's trying to get a double spray down through a smoke. I'm not even sure what just happened there. Yeah, she got double spray down through a smoke. I think Issa died deep CT there, if I'm not mistaken. But I was getting very excited about 2 kills because that's the most kills inSanity's got in the last 4 rounds, I think.
Damn, Freddy, why you gotta do them like that?
I mean, it was cool. Like, if we get a replay, I don't even know if we're going to see it on the replay because I didn't even... Yeah, so she just randomly gets a kill through a smoke, I guess. Unlucky.
All right, Tech9's Mac-10 back to the B site. Now we're going to get to see that AUG in action. A little bit of util here to try to make it happen. Smoke for the cover. Oh, there's so... Did you just tap me through the smoke?
Well,
that's not okay.
Because then Issa's like, oh, you hit one. Continue shooting, right? So Gabs is like, okay. And then Juliana's on 5 HP.
And they've decided, you know what? Maybe we don't just hard hit this. I think they're also kind of banking that maybe they've pulled some sort of a rotation, so they've got a bit of space to work with towards mid. Unfortunately, Bazana is still here. Completely dodges the flash. Oh, they're going to need a lot to try and make this pincer work.
Oh, the utility missed as well for the flashbang. Gabs also hasn't removed herself from Plateau. There's no Molotovs to force her out. It's a shooting range.
Bro, get out.
Whack-a-mole. Okay, not another ace. However, it's still a 4K and a flawless round for FURIA. Issa's like, no. I'm the only one who can get an ace in this game. Gabs, I'm stealing your final kill.
I'll be honest, I think Gabs would have gotten it. And I'm disappointed.
She needs to get a reload. She needs to get a reload out.
Yeah, she pulled out her pistol.
Pull out pistol. She's like, mine. I'm getting it.
Absolutely denied. And that's what I was waiting for. I'm such an AUG fan. And just watching that reminded me that, yes, this is actually something that FURIA do. Ooh, Cammy, there it is. Oh, expecting the aggression and just says, sit down. It's a great opener from her. Finally winning out that duel.
Okay, second time's the charm. That's the second time that we've seen both AWPers go for the aggressive peek off spawn. The first time, Car got the kill, and that led her to basically win the round. But in this interaction, Cammy gets her 3rd kill of the game and gives inSanitY the advantage, which I feel like I haven't said since that round they won.
Yeah, round 4. 3 even. Now, here's the thing, right? So, obviously, they've garnered some control towards long, but they stagnate. They're fairly... I mean, they've got util, but it is fairly limited. They've only got 1 smoke left after throwing that one out. A few Molotovs, but that doesn't exactly provide much cover. You could maybe deny some space, but they've got to make their way up long. And as mentioned, they've already used 1 of those smokes, and they're still kind of stalling out. Pretty soon, that utility is going to fade. That being said, FURIA doesn't have too much, but they have all of this environment to hide behind. Now, finally, inSanitY going to start contacting their way up long a little bit. Here is from the top ropes. Tag teams in Bazina. And it's down to 3 versus 3. It's definitely doable, but Luli 10, she's been so good as an anchor. What was that? Great adjustment from her. Can't make it yet another one, but it's Kami, the last one left alive. 2 kills on her back. She needs 2 more, and it will be denied. 10-1.
Yeah.
Oof.
8 rounds in a row. And that's a round where inSanitY also had the opening kill. Wow, my predictions not looking great. There's also, yeah, there's a gap in the I thought there was a gap in the smoke as well. So they replenished the smoke and then missed the replenishment. And that's why actually the opening kill from ESL was able to come through. inSanitY, we have never seen them really default. They have just been hitting bomb sites, and this round is no different. What a grenade from Gabs. ESL gets the kill before the grenade can even explode. These 2 players on the bomb site not set to move a muscle. Gabs playing around the smoke, rotations also flooding in. What just happened? The round's over. FURIA, they are demolishing inSanitY on their map pick, and I feel like after this break, we're going to see something very similar.
Everybody wanna put me in a box. Can't put me in a box. Everybody wanna put me not. Can't tell me what I'm not. My drum go bump it like a phantom. All my haters so sad cause they all endangered like pandas. They say I'm darker than matter, that I'm bad but I'm badder. Say I'm mad like the Hatter, serve 'em up on a platter.
Oh, inSanitY. Only one round were they able to pick up on their T side, and unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to be enough. The path to redemption starts here with this pistol. It's going to have to be beautifully executed. They cannot allow FURIA so much as a bomb plant if they want any sort of leverage into the rest of the half.
I mean, as soon as we get on the rifles, though, that's when I'm like, well, FURIA have won. And your worries might get accentuated a little bit further because the bomb plants, it's definitely been given. inSanitY playing very heavy retake towards that A bomb site. Armcam does have a kit and double flash coming over from B. There's 3 players retaking from CT. 2 players were stationed towards long. And, well, this is perfect. Gabs has got all the information that no one's coming up short. They now have the identification that there's CT and long presence. Gabs is going to start to activate. She's backstabbing. There's the kit. There's the flashbangs down. Walking to their graves, it feels like right now. Some kills are coming back in rebuttal, but Biziana on the bomb site, not missing a beat. 3 quick kills for her, and FURIA have already hit map points.
It does not bode well. 1 round left. And of course, after winning that round, they've got cash to burn. So you know they're going to spend every last cent. They're not thinking about the next rounds. They're not thinking about what happens if we lose this round. The confidence that they're displaying right now is just absolutely unmatched. I'm still gobsmacked at how well Izza is doing. She has outshunned Car. She's done laps around Car, and Car is usually like our big talking point, and that's not to say much about Car. That is purely like Izza has gone nuclear.
I think Car had like 1 round where I was like, oh, that was a missed shot. You know, the first, they're literally the 1 round inSanitY won. Apart from that, I don't even know if it's Car's fault necessarily. And well,
It is.
It's supposed to be, I don't even know what the aim of that boost necessarily was, if it was to get someone over or to get a kill like that, but regardless, it works perfectly. I think the map's over. I think we're seeing 2 rounds being played out in the second half right now. FURIA, they're in a 4 versus 3, an advantage. They've got the bomb site. Everyone is falling beneath them. The Iron Fist of FURIA comes striking down, and of course, it's Izza to put the nail in the coffin. 22 kills to, what was that, 5 deaths? That is inhumane. And FURIA barely even smiling. They're like, yep, another day in the office.
I don't know, it seemed for a moment there that we got a little bit of a brow wipe. You know, maybe, I don't know. But I will say we drew a lot of parallels with their match against H, having a pretty easy time of it, it seems. Map 1 went into halftime at 8-4 in their favor. So we'll see if they can clutch that one out. But in the meantime, let's get rolling. It's time for map number 2. It's Anubis. It's FURIA's map pick. It's an AWP's paradise as far as I'm concerned. I think this could be where Car kind of lights up. You know, maybe akin to what Izza did on the previous map.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you look at inSanity's track record, like they are 3-1, but they have beaten the 3 bottom teams in the league and haven't been tested by an MIBR, Atrix, Flux, or FURIA. So this is the first time they've been tested by one of those kind of bigger dogs of the region, and they seemingly have barked up the wrong tree, because FURIA, they do not want to give an inch. They're taking miles. They're taking hectares away from inSanitY. And even though it's CT side Anubis, that they active, yeah. So inSanitY picked T side, as you'd assume. I still feel like FURIA are going to be cruising to victory here. And it's all going to start on the pistol round. Contact being taken, Gabs being baited in perfectly. The dual Berettas just not overswinging. You know, even though they did drop 1 map. So 1 round in the last map, they're not going to overfight. They're still going to play things correctly.
Ooh, that's a nice little trade-off from Juliana. And that's onto Izza as well. But Luli Tens is still here, and she was a phenomenal anchor on our previous map. We'll see if she can replicate that now. My God, all right, straight to the dome. Juliana, not long for this world. The flash to come through, and already a bit of space taken from China. She's threaded the needle. Luli Tens doesn't know that she's made it through, but a couple of shots to ring through will give away some sound cues. Trading a little bit on the site with only 2 players left for this T side. Hang on. We're keeping this competitive. Gabs, however, coming up on the rear side. They don't know where she is. They've realized she hasn't come in with the rest of the team. She must be behind them. She gets the kill onto Cammy. Bomb's been lost. Nina has to collect it. Swings out wide. And Gabby will collect the final kill of the round.
Ice cool. Not even showing any sort of elation after she gets that 1 versus 2. Really quite perfectly played. Starts off the round and finishes it off with a 1 versus 2. FURIA off to winning ways. inSanitY, no bomb down as well. Probably not going to mean that they're going to get a purchase in this round either. It's going to be full Glocks. Very similar to what happened over on map number 1. And it looks like, I think we had a disconnect. Yeah, the El Clasico CSGO bug where the player is still there, but isn't. Luckily, this is a very quick fix, and I think it's just a piece. I think it's just a CS crash, so they should be back in the server pronto. And it looked like inSanitY had bought 2 flashbangs, so I would assume that they are just looking to go towards either B or A, double flash out, and pray for a bomb plant.
I'm curious to see if we see a bit more defaulting from them on this map. I hope that we do see a bit more kind of controlled, tempered play and not kind of full sending it to one side or another. So hopefully we can see them kind of rally themselves a bit more. FURIA are going to be pleased as punch with that round. Denied a bomb plant entirely, so very little for inSanitY to even attempt to use in this round. And of course, FURIA themselves going to have a pretty penny to drop into this. Farm up some of that cash, get that AWP in Car's hands. I mean, I think we saw a round 3 AWP on the previous map, looking to potentially replicate that again.
Let those MP9s get them ecos. You say eco, I say frags.
No.
Eco, frags, frags. Frags.
Freddy just gave himself a self-help high five.
Yeah, I do that a lot, which I think says a lot about my character.
You love yourself. That's good.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. Now you're picking. That's what I've been saying. Okay, we have an absence of MP9s. Only 2 players on MP9s. Okay, I need Car to kill them all. Unfortunately, Issa's like, guys, remember how I got 22 kills on the last map in 14 rounds? Well, I want to do that again. And she's off to the races. It is against an eco. That was still quite nice. And they're poking the beast. They're prodding the bear. Don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be going into the lion's den.
Oh my god, bro.
It's not Issa, but it's Lulaten's. Very ineffective entry flashes from Juliana. There was a big lack of blind players on that B-bomb site, even though there was one close jail. The flashes were entry flashes. They're basically set to blind players that like on the bomb site or pillar. So just not where Lulaten's was.
I mean, she did get hit somewhat, but not much. And like, it's one of those moments where you see the cross before it hits. So you spray and pray and tap and poke and prod and apparently get a 3K. Does Issa do that same cheeky little peek again? Maybe not this time around.
No.
They're going to be up against AKs. I loved it. I'm always here for it. And you can see inSanitY kind of potentially waiting for it. Going for this B hit again, and still no sign of a default. Luli10's MP9 spray down, looking to make it a 3rd, but will be denied. China opens up the site. They haven't cleared Bazina yet. She's able to get one. Smoked off, but I mean, she just walks straight past before it even blooms, and she gets the last 2 players that peek her 1 by 1. Does not bode well.
Okay, we're going to take that round chronologically. Firstly, remember the topic of conversation I was raising of inSanitY, just their big lack of defaults and their big old death pool towards one bomb side. What have we seen on the first gun round? 20-second execute onto the B bomb side. However, it honestly worked. Like, apart from the double spray down here, Issa instantly dies. I think Issa had a flashbang held, and it didn't seem to land and really affect anybody. However, Bazina comes through and gets 3 kills. But I hate everything about what she did, though, because she plays by herself when her rotations weren't there. However, what that just screams to me is we're really confident, we know we're better, and we're going to play like that, which worked in that round. However, that overconfidence doesn't always bode well.
It certainly helps when they peek you 1 by 1. I think if they double swung her there,
and also just one tap everyone.
I mean, yeah, you know, that certainly plays a part. Unfortunately, now inSanitY have 1 hero AK. They're just gonna walk. Oh, uncharacteristic miss from Car there. There you go. She won't miss twice. She will get chunked down and have to reposition, but a nice little molly gets laid down to give her the space to do so. Now we've got a bit of a pincer in towards B, but 2 players already take it off the board, so very early on. Swing straight through, because honestly, you don't really have too much to work with. They do overwhelm Car, but Luli10's still alive, only able to get 1. China, last one left alive. No! Oh, I saw the vision. At the very least, the bomb plant would have been fabulous, but FURIA just way too quick on the rotations.
We really like the B bomb site today, it appears, for inSanitY. They are just kicking a dead horse until something happens. They're getting similar results. They are getting actually onto the site. They are getting entry kills. But again, it's just the rotations that prove to be a little bit too strong. And also, it's good to see Car on the AWP getting a little bit aggressive, starting 3 towards B like they did. Again, ESL not getting a multi-kill as I'd anticipate. Tech 9s up close can be really brutal. But yeah, great rotation. Biziana, pretty much identical, just saved the day. Last round was definitely a lot easier than it was on round 3. But inSanitY, they get good damage. It is definitely this is more fight than what we saw a lot of rounds on Dust 2. So that's a benefit.
Definitely not as many of those flawless rounds where all 5 of your players survive. Now I like the aggression here from Cammy. Does need to be somewhat controlled. Slightly tags the shoulder there. Not too much more to get done. But that is a bit of information garnered. This is a default. I am very happy to see that we're taking a bit more space and attempting to just kind of poke and prod the map a little bit before we actually commit to anything. But Bizina plays a bit of anti. Oh, she does get taken out. That's a great opener from China. And that almost opens up mid. Ka is forced to have to pull back because she's on the AWP. She could take the aggressive angle, but it's certainly more dangerous, and at a player deficit, it's better to play safe. The wraparound, however, does not get punished, and Luli10s, along with Izza, will even out the numbers. But this A site is open. It's available. Ka's missing her shot. She's not missing that one. Finally, she gets taken down. The site is open. Bomb should get...
No,
bomb's lost. Oh, no. They were stacked on top of it. I didn't see it lying there. That is devastating.
Yeah, there was a bit of, I think they overthought how they played towards stairs there, like jump across. Cammy just had to peek it, simple as. Like, the AWP wins out that duel. This round's still winnable, though, for inSanitY. They are going to get information of 1 player towards Canals. China's also going to make her presence known. That's the bomb dropped. That's the round over. I guess inSanitY were hoping that FURIA playing towards Connector, but the FURIA duo just didn't really ever move from where they orchestrated themselves. That round for FURIA was super, super awkward. Car missing quite a few AWP shots on the A bomb site. Ironically, hits the hardest shot, but that's a round where the opening kill comes out in favor for inSanitY, but they're still not able to convert it.
I mean, I love the way that they played that as well, taking that mid control, pincering up towards A, clearing out that A site, but unfortunately, your bomb holder, your bomb carrier getting caught out in mid, getting clay pigeon shot from, you know, an aggressive push out of B. And that round very quickly unravels. And it begs the question, what more can be done? We're seeing adaptation, we're seeing new things attempted, but at every possible turn... Did you just say goat carpet?
Go to carpets, just don't go stairs.
Just for what? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was very confused at the prospect of a goat carpet, I'll be honest.
That I like, though. Goat carpet? Yeah, no, last round was just go carpets. Like, why did they feel the need to jump across on stairs?
Okay, so we're not going for the aggressive pistol round here. Oh my god. Still good for 1, but... Brandina, great work with the MAC-10 there. Numbers are evened out, but Ka is still alive. AKs have been given over, which makes things that little bit more doable here. Reinforcements still set to come in. Beautiful. Another shot from Brandina, waiting for Ka to swing around the pillar. And finally, we should see a round go in favor of inSanitY. Now, it's certainly still doable for FURIA. It's 2 versus 2 on the site. The flank has not had time to activate just yet. The 2 players on site will get taken down. They don't know where the third is, but one can hold bomb and one can hold the line. And there's no time. She can't possibly get into position. Oh my God. FURIA play that dangerously, but it works out. Their confidence is unmatched.
Smoke on the bomb. That round's won. It's like planted for heaven as well. So you pretty much have one position to hold for. Definitely a conversation of, do we have to be pushing a main here dry when we've got the advantage? Probably not. And Brendina does God's work with that Mac yourself as well for inSanitY. Like, what more do you want from someone when they're getting a 3K with a Mac 10 and you're in a 3 versus 2? I think Juliana just goes walkies a little bit too far. Clears out camera and mid, probably just hold that position. You don't really have to go and fight for beach like you did. Bazina playing around the utility perfectly. China thinks that she has some space to work with. Flashbang is good, but Bazina this time will not fall towards middle.
Another solid opener. Ooh, okay, Brendina. She's really started to come around alive in the last couple of rounds. Nice little bit of util there, just to try and flush out any potential cheeky players. Nice. Brendina continues along in her streak of terror. But the site is not secured yet, and reinforcements from FURIA are available. Gabs and Izza, a great little crossfire set up by them. And Izza just continues her own reign of terror. The final kill to come through from Luli10's. 7 consecutive rounds on the CT side of Anubis. inSanitY, they just haven't clocked in, man.
Well, inSanitY are going insane.
Haha.
Haha. Update on the community stream. Fluxo have just beaten Capyvaras 13-7. Capyvaras put up a pretty decent fight, to be fair. Fluxo actually lost a best of 1 to Atrix in a different tournament. So, you know, not looking completely flawless, drawing some blood, whereas right now FURIA not drawing an inch. And it's a nice change of play from Armcan. Doesn't seem like she's going to get rewarded for it. Bazina's playing very active towards middle. Don't always see mid players get this kind of feisty in this position, but especially when you do have Carr backing it with the AWP, you probably have that confidence. This is actually a default for inSanitY. We've actually got players spread out across the map. They're going to be trying to take some map control, taking connector, spots out the AWP in middle. I would assume the bomb goes over towards connector as well. However, Bazina has rotated in the right position. 3 players now here towards B. inSanitY, with not a massive amount of utility yet, do actually have Juliana already out in jail, but this is actually not where the execute's trying to come to. It's going to be going towards A, and I think FURIA have run into this by the basis that no one else is out on the B bomb side. Carr throwing down utility and giving Gabs that helping hand. China tries to come through the smoke and is successful on her first outing, but next up is the AWPer. Carr, a lot of missed shots this game and potentially giving inSanitY a way in, but Issa, of course it's Issa, rotating in and putting a stop to any of that madness.
The anchors for FURIA have honestly just been out of this world. Obviously, we mentioned it on Dust 2, and we're seeing it play out again here on Anubis. I mean, Luli10's is just such consistency over and over again. Never really giving an inch. And even when things do start to go awry, the fact that FURIA, the rest of their team, are able to kind of chip in, bounce back. There are no chinks in this armor right now. Or whatever chinks there may be, inSanitY are just unable to press it. Unable to even find it. So there's 4 rounds left in this half. inSanitY, unfortunately, now... Oh, they were toying with the... Oh, okay. They're still toying with the idea of a hero Som. Looks like it'll be a Galil. And not the AK that they were hovering over. Cash is an issue right now. This should realistically be another FURIA round. 9-3 half. Could we see it happen?
No.
Wow.
I mean, Car's actually been really not doing very well. Missing a lot of AWP shots, getting aggressive in positions where I've been like, well, you have a player advantage, you have to get aggressive there. The B bombs are a big vacancy right now. Lutertens is going to come over and in the nick of time, utility coming through. Oh, she just spams them as they come through the smoke, not even allowing them to get in. Car, that's another missed AWP shot. There goes a second awry. Luckily, Easter is here to save the day. Bomb will be planted. Is there a world this round is winnable? Very much so. A heap of damage has been inflicted, but inSanitY actually have the advantage now in this post run. Bazina's been smoked off. Gab's only good for one in connector. Bazina just has to run through the smoke. Flash ineffective on arm cam, and we've got a round on the board.
8-4 question mark? I didn't think they were coming out.
Exactly what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. I went no chance for a 9-3 because it's gonna be an 8-4.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely what you meant. Okay, I'm really happy that we do at least see them draw a little bit of blood on this one. But how much more can they realistically get done on this? And to be fair, a lot of their really close rounds have involved these pistols and these like really aggressive plays. So it's nice to see that they finally managed to actually convert one of those into an advantage and ultimately into a win. Now, Cammy peeks that angle, gets a little bit of information, forced instantly back. But look at this aggression from FURIA. Now inSanitY have to be aware of it. If they hold the line, if they can play a little bit more patiently here, they've got 4 players here in mid. But they're being watched from every possible angle.
Yeah, like, I think they'll kind of check Issa. If she gets his first kill, success. She just has to hold her ground. Bazina had to swing in a little bit earlier there. There's just that kind of split second of delay. And I think that basically lets inSanitY to recalibrate and just readjust to basically allow Bazina to only get 1 kill. So a crossfire that was orchestrated for success actually doesn't really come away with that much success. Now with a big lack of information as well, Lutertens is not even committing towards middle, waiting for Car, which means that the B bomb site might be a little bit more vacant, but Car sticks to her laurels and will be remaining on this B bomb site. If there's ever a time to hit a shot, this is it.
Flash over the top. Car has to pull back. No, shot once again missed. She's just not playing to her usual form today. There you go. 1 shot will connect. Lutertens there to back it up, and it's Cammy all alone. She's only got 1 kill to her name, and she will not get another one. I mean, Car under a lot of pressure there, but she normally thrives in these situations. And while it is an uncharacteristic day for her, I think she's thanking God that the rest of her teammates are able to play so well off of her. I mean, at this point, you just kind of use her as a bit of bait, right? You just dangle her out on this. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm helpless. I have an AWP. Oh, I have to reload. Whatever will I do? You know, 2 of your teammates swing out and take out everybody on the enemy team. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Well, I mean, like, even though there's pressure applied there, like, when do you ever have an opportunity when there's not pressure applied? And a lot of those shots are very characteristic AWP angles. Like, you know, they're coming out of B main, smoke hasn't bloomed. That should be an easy kill. They just like there was two of those missed shots. Both of them were players walking into her crosshair, and she misses the first 2. Thank the Lord, though, as you mentioned, kind of Lutertens is there to pick up the pieces. Acceleration from inSanitY. They're on the Tech 9s. Let's see if they can wreck anybody. Tiziana, here's a lot of footsteps hounding down upon her. Utility gets pulled out. Maybe that was the wrong idea because they're also going to eliminate Lutertens. So a player advantage for inSanitY. 2 AKs picked up. Holding the utility there was probably the worst thing. Gabs, we've been praising the anchors. It's her time to shine. Flashbang missed supportive, but she can deny the bomb. Molotov does not affect her. A smoke to lend aid. Car can also try and help from A main. Bomb should be planted this time. Car not missing her shots. Finally making up for some of those previous mistakes. All 3 players retaking from the same position. And now it's just Gabs lurking around the smoke, snake in the grass, and she bites so goddamn hard.
Oh, what a great little bit of a jump peek there over the top of the smoke just to spot out that final player. It's another round that gets hairy for FURIA. So unbearably close. But the clutch potential of these players has been undeniable. Freddy having some PTSD, some Vietnam flashbacks. It's 10-1. 1 round left in this half. And inSanitY, I mean, I never want to count a team out. I never want to be that person that just goes, well, this is over. But for their T side to have been this lackluster, it doesn't leave a lot of hope for the CT side.
Oh, I'm gonna be that guy. I don't think they, I don't think they make it through. This is FURIA setting down a precedent. No boost, just a straight peek, and well, that was the right idea. Cammy, haven't seen loads from her. I haven't seen loads from the AWPers in general, but in that interaction, Car goes astray, and Cammy is just quicker to the punch.
Nice little bit of damage there. Oh, the dry swing punished. This is what I was saying a few rounds back. inSanitY kind of hold the line a little bit there and wait for FURIA to get aggressive. I know that FURIA like to do that. One of the more aggressive teams, not only in the region, but I think in the entirety of ESL Impact. So they use that to their advantage. Now they have full control of middle. They've got a beautiful pincer potentially coming in here. And Lulitens have to fall back. They have to be aware that this could be happening. And they're not! They have no idea. China clears out Izza. Now Lulitens is the only one left on this site. It's free and clear for the taking. The MP9 cannot contend with the AK. Gabs is the last one left alive. And of course she goes for it. It's the last round in the half, but how much can she realistically get done? The answer, not terribly much. A 10-2 half for inSanitY, but can they make it count in the second half?
Everybody wanna put me in a box. Can't put me in a box. Everybody wanna tell me what I'm not. Can't tell me what I'm not. My drum go bump it dum bump it dum bump bump it dum bump bump it dum 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 bump. I'm untouchable, but you can't feel me. I'm an enigma.
inSanitY have achieved a lifeline. They have not only doubled their scoreline in the final round of the half, but also already done better than map number 1. However, FURIA seem to love a 13-2 on Anubis, so I'm scared that's going to be the theme. And especially now they go on the favored side, it's going to be lights out Counter-Strike, I would assume. We've got a ruse being initiated early on. Players taking contact in connector. However, the pack are over towards middle, looking to catch players off in rotations. Juliana is going to be the first victim of that. Cammy trying to hold her ground. But in the meantime, we've also got issues towards A main, and inSanitY just one by one, piece by piece, fall apart, and FURIA just playing with their food, leaving inSanitY bewildered.
I'd say it's the beginning of the end, but I don't think it's the beginning. I think it's the end of the end, you know? We've reached that point. 11 rounds for FURIA, 2 left. Very little cash for inSanitY to try to scrape something together with into this round. And this is always the tough one, right? Like, do you force into this? I know, generally speaking, the answer is yes, because your lives are on the line. You do have 1 round to play with, but that's not a hell of a lot. If you force and you lose the round, well, then it's definitely GG. Okay.
We're playing for overtime.
Business.
We're playing for overtime.
Yeah, we're definitely playing for overtime. You're right.
See, Sam, where's the belief? This is, you should know this as a coach. This is when you're on the mic and you're like, guys, all is fine. No stress. Like, I've seen
I'm on the mic this round.
I've seen crazier comebacks. I've seen much crazier comebacks. 12-2, nothing.
You know, maybe I'm just a bad coach.
You know what? Like, CT side Anubis, I've actually heard that's the favorable side. But what were you saying about you being a bad coach?
Sorry, wait, can we just rewind that for a second?
You said you were a bad coach. I'm intrigued to see where this is going.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because when it gets to this point, I just let it be and you know, accept our fate. But CT side favorable?
Yeah, of course. That's where you're going wrong. This is when you get more hype, if anything. Get the players rallied. Get them going.
You're on that good quality coke already.
I've heard that a few times. Okay, this could be it. 13-2, as I mentioned. FURIA. This would be their 3rd game in a row on Anubis that they've got 13-2. It seems to be their thing, and I feel like we want to go towards B, but we're currently waiting for... We're going for a double pump. I like this. Multiple sets and layers of utility being dropped. Isa, it would only be right if she starts off the final round. She's been fantastic, and well, she does start it off, but in a negative way. The anchors are actually holding down. We've got an advantage currently for inSanitY. Look at this, inSanitY. This is it. We're going to overtime. Oh no, have I spoken too early?
Oh, you may have. Vizina's still alive. She's been so good. Carl 1v1 has to pull out the pistol. Well, let's face it. That was always going to be difficult to clutch out. It would have been phenomenal. But well done to inSanitY. Such a good hold there. No over-aggression. They waited out. And I love the fact that they remain patient even after the first belt of util. So they wait for that second belt to come through before... I can't even say before peeking. They don't peek. They wait for the actual exec, for bodies to be on the site. And it works out so well for them. But 9 consecutive rounds is what we need. I know we like to have a little bit of hope here in our casts. FURIA still in with a chance here. Great flash. Iza takes full advantage. Now they have control of the site. China being rotated in on. Gabs doesn't even get the chance, but she will get the gun. 5 versus 3. inSanitY have to somehow retake this.
No. They're just walking to their grave right now. FURIA, from start to finish, have looked flawless. Now it's just Cammy left by herself. Does get 1 consolation frag, but it's FURIA letting slip 4 rounds across this best of 3. And they are certainly showing that they are the best in the region, and they are preparing for that most important game against Floxo in the most perfect way possible.